LeBron James had an interview with Pat McAfee today, which was over an hour long. I have to say, this interview was insufferable to listen to, not because I dislike LeBron James, but more so I found Pat McAfee's glazing of LeBron insufferable. It was annoying. It was obnoxious. It was just hard to sit through. I have to be honest with you. I felt Pat was glazing LeBron harder than Savannah or some random hooker at some nightclub would do if they saw LeBron in their presence. That's how bad it was. To me, it's just like another example of why today's media is garbage. These guys are obsessed with being bros with these players and these athletes and whatnot. They want to be their best friend just at all costs, more so than giving us great journalism. We don't have that today, unfortunately. And that's just another example of it. Just Pat is a clown. I've always felt that for a while, but decided to throw that in there. But anyways, LeBron started off the interview by insulting Stephen A. Smith. Not to say I feel bad for Stephen A. because I also dislike him, so I'm not a fan of either. But I just wanted to read off what LeBron said about Stephen A. Smith. He's like on a Taylor Swift tour run right now. It started off with, I didn't want to address it, but since the video came out, I feel the need to address. You couldn't wait till the video comes out so you can address it? All right, and I'm just going to read a few more things he said regarding the situation. He completely missed the whole point. Never would I ever allow people who talk about the sport to criticize players about what they do on the court. This is your job to criticize. That is all part of the game. When you take it and get personal with it, it's my job not only to protect my damn household, but protect the players. I think a lot of the media, including him, and I know he's going to be happy as hell when he hears me talking about him. He's going to get home and grab some ice cream out of the fucking freezer and sit in his chair in his tidy whities on the couch. Relax, bro. Okay. I want to say a few things about this. I don't believe LeBron for a second when he says that he's fine with criticism from the media, that it's their job to criticize players. I'm just not buying it. This guy is a narcissist. Any form of criticism is an insult for him. He doesn't like criticism. I'm sure his son doesn't like criticism. Any form of criticism that's even innocent, where you say this player's garbage, or if you say his son is trash, he'll get emotional about it. He'll be outraged about it. He'll be seething with anger. He'll be yelling nonstop. I just don't buy that at all. Sure, he's going to argue like, hey, he had no right to criticize me as a father by saying I put him in a bad position. That's what Stephen A. essentially said, that he was putting Bronny in an unnecessary position when it comes to facing pressure by hyping him up, bringing him up, and doing all the things he was doing. And I definitely agree with Stephen A. on that he was absolutely right about it. He was bringing unnecessary pressure to Bronny, and that's all on him. And he should be criticized for it. And I always say this, that once you're a public figure, everything goes out of the window. You don't get no respect of privacy. You don't get that. It's just never going to happen now because you signed that deal. It's kind of like signing a deal with the devil that just once you do it, that's over. There's no coming back from this. So that's what I would say about it. And just even regarding the criticisms about his son, well, LeBron, you put Bronny out there. You put him out there. You pushed him in front of us like a sideshow. You shoved in our faces. We have no choice to pay attention to him. Fuck, I'm not even searching for Bronny on YouTube, but I get these dumb suggestions all the time whenever he has a game in the G League or whenever he scores like 4 fucking points to watch his clips. I'm not asking for it. I don't want it. I don't even give a shit about this scrub, but it's getting pushed to me at all times. And that's why we don't like your son and we don't like you, because just like your son, you're pushed in front of us like 24/7 without a choice. Like I can't escape you as much as I do. I don't even search for you on YouTube, but YouTube recommends you like 20, 50 times. For those of you who don't know, my favorite player of all time is Tim Duncan. I'm a hardcore Spurs fan. So think about the shit I'm normally looking for when it comes to basketball. It's definitely not LeBron. My current non-favorite Spur player is Jokic. I like looking for Jokic highlights. I like looking for SGA. I'm not looking for LeBron or Bronny. but they're shoved in my face 24/7, and that's why they get the criticism they do. Now, if they weren't shoved in my face 24/7 and everybody else's faces, like the media pushes them all the time, they probably wouldn't be noticed or get much criticism. But LeBron has programmed things to be like this, and you can't escape criticism. When you're in someone's face every day, well, your life is going to get scrutinized. That's just part of the deal. There's just no way around it, and your son deserves all the criticism he gets. You're trying to cover up by attacking Stephen A, saying that it was about Stephen A criticizing you as a father, but I think it was mainly Stephen A criticizing Bronny as a player, and you just didn't like that. You were butthurt about it, and you went on that emotional, stupid rant. Now, when it comes to Stephen A, my issue with this guy is that he's like a studio gangster or a media gangster guy, that he talks a lot of shit, but then he backs away whenever a player calls him out. He just runs like a scared puppy. For example, when Kevin Durant has insulted him multiple times, he's sucked Kevin Durant's dick, saying like, well, Kevin Durant, that's one badass brother. You look at Kevin Durant, he's just amazing, even though he called me a bitch and a loser. God, it hurts my fucking throat to imitate this idiot's accent, but you get what I'm saying. Just this guy sucks off of players even when they bash him. He's like a farce when it comes to being this media tough guy. I would say this, like, one thing I loved about Bill Walton growing up, this guy would insult players left and right, and he wouldn't stop. Even when they called him out in the media, even when they called him idiots, idiot, dumb, whatever, he would just keep going all in, and I did enjoy that. That was comical. I felt Bill Walton is tougher than a lot of these media guys today, but that's another story altogether. Stephen A, if you're really about this life, if you're about being this tough guy, not scared about what people think about you or just what anyone has to say, why don't you just strike back at LeBron? Why don't you start bashing him? Just, take the gloves off. I operate by the rules of life. If a man attacks you, he insults you in any way, then the gloves are off. It's all about fighting back and striking back to defend yourself and your honor. Now, do I believe in starting fights with people in the streets? No, that's absolutely stupid. If you see a crazy person in the streets, you walk away. But in general, if you're dealing with an opponent who's coming at you, you got to strike back. And LeBron is really an opponent of Stephen A now. Stephen A is in media. That's his job. LeBron doesn't like his criticism, so he's attacking you as a man. And now it's time to attack back and punch back. Just Show it to me that you're a tough guy. Attack LeBron back. Criticize him. Bash him. Do what you do. Don't hold back. Don't give him kid gloves when he has terrible games. Actually call him out. Tell him that he's old. Tell him he needs to retire. Piss him off. Go after Bronny. Go after Bronny more. Say that Bronny's not even worth being a water boy in the Lakers. Shit, I would do that. He's not even good enough to be the Lakers busboy driver. Just, he's that unqualified. Go all in now. Go all in. It always strikes me how these media guys are so scared to fucking criticize these players. Like, say what you want about Skip Bayless. I'll give him this. This guy does not care about all the criticism, all the bashing he gets, everything that comes his way. He's still willing to fight with these players. A lot of these media guys just don't have the cojones. And I view Stephen A as one of these guys. Like, I say this personally. If I was rich, I would say whatever I wanted to say and not even be worried about getting canceled. I look at all these rotten rich people like Elon Musk. They've figured this out, that you can say whatever the fuck you want to say and you don't have to worry about it. But I think Stephen A is scared because he just wants to be still cool with all the players. He wants to be invited to these league parties where he can hang out with these players and just have fun with the players and their hoes. I just had to throw that in there, but it's true. I think that's really what it is. And he doesn't want to lose access to them. He doesn't want to lose access to them. He's also scared of being widely hated by their fan bases of all these players. So he won't do it, but he should. I would love to see it. I think it would be must-see TV. For any young person coming up, I think it would be a great strategy to bash these players and not be their friends. You actually can build your brand a lot better and a lot quicker because you would be a distinct voice against them, where all these other guys are just kissing their asses. There's nothing interesting about them. They're too scared to push back on them. And that's why they just don't have that traction. Sure, these guys won't give you interviews, but it doesn't matter because people would just want to hear your voice. If you have a larger audience, the bigger your voice gets. You don't even need players to come on your podcast or whatnot. But that's just my opinion. I'm just going back to Stephen A. that he should attack back, but he won't. He will just take it up the ass, and he'll probably kiss LeBron's ass if the Lakers somehow go on a deep playoff run and just start sucking off on him again. I could just see like LeBron James has defied age. And now I'm going to LA for the Western Conference Finals. Oh, thank you so much, LeBron. Like, we know that's going to happen. We know it's very predictable, but I just had to throw that out there.